Hi guys, okay, today's video is about when you have a baby as a mom and what happens to your body. Okay, so I'm currently in Turks and Caicos in the Caribbean, and so body image becomes a thing. I'm pretty body confident overall. That hasn't always been the case, and however, when I go on holiday, like most people I think sadly is the case, I'm still aware of my body, how it has changed since becoming a mom and having had children, 2 children, and just in general. I think people are more aware because more of your body is out when you're in the sun. So I wanted to talk about that today because I think when people see me, particularly I'm slim, they think, well, not her body hasn't changed since having a baby. What a bitch. And that's not true. So when I got pregnant with Brooke, I was 26 and I'm very small. Like, I'm 5'1". If you look online, you'll probably see that it says I'm 5'2", because I lied for a bit. I was trying to add an inch, and then my husband was like, "You're not 5'2", so can you admit that you're 5'1"? So I did. So I'm 5'1", and I've always been a size 6 to 8, mostly a size 6. At points I've been a size 8, which is small. I don't know how that converts to US. I think a size 0 is a size 6 in the US. I'm not sure. It's small. But I've always and I'm really slight. Like, when I got pregnant, so when I was 26, I got pregnant and I was 7 stone 4 when I got pregnant, and immediately the doctors were like, "You're gonna have a C-section," which didn't happen. But yeah, so I was slight. I've always really been small. So when I was growing up, I was mortified that I was so skinny. I was really skinny growing up, and people used to make fun of me for being so skinny. Now I look back and I'm like, what was your problem? What the hell was your problem? But then I hated it. You know, you never ever, we always look into other people's bodies. You know, we're always looking at other types and thinking that that's better. And I was always very aware of myself because I was skinny, so I guess not the norm. Normally it's being bigger, but I was also skinny. I had no boobs, really flat chested, really, really skinny. And so I didn't like it. And then as I got older, I kind of was comfortable with my body. I didn't really have to think about it because I'm naturally quite slim and active. I've never really had to think so much about weight. That hasn't really been a thing for me. So when I got pregnant, it was interesting that it became weird for me putting weight on. And I found it quite difficult to see my body put weight on. And found that when they would weigh me at your weigh-ins and stuff, when you're going to see the midwife, I found it quite uncomfortable to see myself at like 9 stone. That was unreal for me. Like, that was massive, even though I know that's not big, but for me it was. And I definitely was concerned by what would happen to my body. There was almost an element of challenge though as well, I think. But there was definitely this feeling of like, what's going to happen to my body? Will it be wrecked? You know, you hear everything. And when I was getting bigger, I didn't notice stretch marks or anything like that. Some people get them straight away up their tummies and boobs and legs, and I'd never had that before, and I didn't have it when I was pregnant. And then after I gave birth, and I gave birth naturally, I wasn't properly able to breastfeed, but I was, because Brooke was premature, but I was, what do you call it? Where you're milking yourself like a cow. I can't remember what you call it. You'll know. Anyway, so I was expressing. So because I was producing the milk, your stomach goes flat very quickly, and mine went really quick. I was back in my size 6 stuff like within the week and a half. Like, I didn't really totally get out of it. It was just the very front of my jeans couldn't do up. It was really still quite small. And about 2 weeks after, I got out the shower, and maybe I just hadn't noticed that possibly that was the case. But I got out the shower and I looked in the mirror, and it looked like someone just went scratched up the front of my stomach. These red raw, nasty looking stretch marks, like a big scratch up the front, the very front of my stomach. And my stomach looked like a deflated balloon. And I was gutted, like fully gutted. And my husband still laughs because he said he came in and I was sat on the floor like, I've got stretch marks, and crying my eyes out. And I also felt pathetic for being upset about it. But I think it was that feeling of, especially when you first give birth, because you don't have a baby in your belly, but it probably isn't the belly you had before. So it's this weird, like, what is it? It's like this not like little blubbery belly thing that wasn't there before, and it is really weird. And it's that sort of getting used to a whole new shape. And I lost the weight, but the stretch marks remained and still remain. The stomach at the front of my on my front of my stomach is like thin and wibbly, and if I could change it I would. I'm not going to lie about it and pretend it's like tiger stripes, I love them, they're my war wound. No, if I could get rid of them I would, but I can't. And I had laser treatment on them because again, vain, but part of it was to do with the fact that being an actor as well. So at the time I was thinking, you know, I'm still quite young, I'm going to have parts where my stomach might be out, and so I was a bit aware of that. And I will fully admit, and not many people really know this, but I went to Harley Street and I asked for a tummy tuck, a mini tummy tuck, and I did all the research and I went in and I was like, I'm getting this, I'll pay whatever it takes, do what it takes, fix me, get rid of the stretch marks, fix me. And they refused to do the surgery on me. Because I'm too small, and the lady very kindly got her stretch marks out and her tummy, and I was like, I don't really care. And she was like, look, you're too slim, we can't do that kind of surgery on you, we won't do anything, we won't help anything, it's just part of it. And now I look back on that time and I think, you know, it's probably very silly and stuff, but it's a new thing to get used to. Like, your body does change, you know, you can find that you have hips where you didn't have hips before. I've noticed that. You know, your boobs will change as they've had milk in them and then they don't. And I actually quite like mine though. I think they're alright. But your body will change, and there is even if you get back and you get slim and all those things, your body will still have differences to it. And I think that's hard for people to really initially get used to. I think we feel like we're just going to go back to how we were before, especially if you've always been quite slim and looked after yourself. I mean, I joke, and I'm really fine with it now. And the stretch mark stuff. I if I could clip my fingers, they'd be gone. I'm not even going to lie about that. But I'm cool with how it is, and it all seems a little bit silly really now to have been ever really that bothered by it. But I forgot my point. It's really hot here. I've been on a boat trip all day. But I still, you know, if I could change it, I would. But I also appreciate that my body's done a big thing, and it isn't just going to stay the same. And that's just a bit of a reality, I guess. And I also appreciate that I'm healthy, and yeah, I'm slim and healthy, and I look after myself. But I do joke with Ross and the girls and stuff. I'm like, this is so out of order. I looked after myself. I put all kinds of oils all over myself. I basically bathed in it. I went to all kinds of spa treatments, and still I've got stretch marks. So I think it's just some skin gets it, some skin doesn't. But yeah, when you become mom, just be aware of that. You know, it's one of them things, and the reality is you'll get your babies, whatever you have, and in the long term, they go away a little bit, and it ain't the biggest deal. In fact, now my husband's had 2 brain surgeries. He's like, are you for real? Look at this. Look how tiny your scars are. Look at this. And it kind of puts it in perspective a little bit. I can't really complain about tiny stretch marks on my stomach when my husband's had his skull opened up twice. So yeah, that's my chat today. It's been a bit long. I'm sorry guys, but I'm really like, I'm probably a bit dazed. I don't even know what I've said in this video, to be honest. I could have told you anything. What have I been talking about? Socks or something. I have no idea what I'm talking about. So, oh, these mosquitoes are trying to bite me. They're trying to eat me alive here. Yeah, have a great day, guys. And if you are about to have a baby, don't be scared of it. Your body will change. Get used to it. You can still be gorgeous regardless of what happens with your body. It might be even better than before. Who knows? Peace.